What's up everyone, my name is Arjun and today I'm going to teach you how to drop in on a skateboard in 3 easy steps. The drop-in is a skateboarding fundamental, a basic skill that every beginner skateboarder learns really early on because you end up using a drop-in more times than you will ever be able to keep track of throughout your skating journey. And at first, it can be pretty intimidating or scary, almost like you're standing on the edge of a skyscraper. But don't worry, because throughout this video and by the end of this video, I'm gonna give you guys a bunch of tips and tricks that are gonna help you build confidence and overcome that fear to make dropping in as easy as walking. Like, it'll become second nature for you. You won't even think about it. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's jump right into it. The very first step of dropping in is to make sure that your board is in the right spot so that nothing goes wrong. You don't hang up or anything like that. You're gonna wanna hang the wheels just past the coping of the ramp. The coping is the very top of the ramp, usually the part where you will see most skaters grind. Typically at a skate park, most of the time you're gonna have a coping that's either a rail or a pool block. If you're learning how to drop in on a bank ramp, you might not have coping, you might just have a lip, AKA the top of the ramp. Go ahead and set your wheels just past the lip or the coping of the ramp and secure your board into that position by putting your back foot right over the tail of the board. Once you have yourself here, this is gonna give you a really solid foundation to be able to drop into any ramp. This is also the part of dropping in where everything seems to get scary. So just a tip of advice, if you set your board down and you're locked in and you're starting to feel like, oh my God, this ramp is humongous. It's twice the size of what it looked like from the ground just now. Remember that you're standing up on top of the ramp. And if you need to, go ahead and back up off your skateboard and drop down low. Look at the ramp from a lower angle. Remind yourself that, yeah, this ramp is really tiny. It is just as small as it was when I was standing on the ground over there. Once you've got your foundation to stand on and it feels sturdy, you're ready to drop in. And I've broken this next part down into 3 easy steps: step, stomp, and lean forward. And you are gonna be doing these 3 steps in one fluid motion, but just to make it easier to understand, let's talk about step first. So don't overthink this. You've already got your back foot planted on the tail of the board, and your front foot, which should normally be on top of your board, is just sitting on top of the ramp right now. And the step is the process of putting your front foot back on your skateboard. And the only thing you really need to be careful of is that you're putting your foot in the right spot on the board. So there are these 4 bolts up near the nose or the front of your board, and out of those 4, you just want to cover the bottom 2. And when you do cover them, you don't want too much heel or too much toe hanging off of the sides of the board. You want to be pretty even across it so that you can have the best balance that you can get. The next thing you want to do is have your body start leaning forward a little bit. You want to start having your body go from being on top of the ramp to leaning forward over the front of your skateboard. And now you are ready to stomp. The stomp is just you stomping your front wheels down to the ramp. And that's why I just talked about leaning forward over the front of your board when you step. You want to start leaning forward over the front of the nose of the skateboard as you're stepping, because that's going to make the stomp a whole lot easier for you. And don't be afraid to stomp that thing down hard either, like especially at first when you're getting used to dropping in. Stomp as hard as you feel comfortable. Once you feel all 4 of your wheels hit the ramp, just continue to lean forward. Leaning forward is something you've been doing ever since you put your front foot back on that board. So just continue to lean forward all the way until you get to the flat bottom of the ramp. You're gonna find your balance on the bottom, but get ready for the other side if you're on a mini ramp, because that other side comes up quick. No matter what you're learning how to drop in on, it's always a good thing to keep your knees bent throughout the entire process. This is gonna help you stabilize and have better balance, so always keep your knees bent. And another tip of advice is don't get discouraged when you're trying this, because even if you don't get it the first couple times you're trying it, it's usually something really simple that you need to fix, like just positioning your body more over the front of the nose or leaning forward just a little bit more when you drop in. Usually it's something really easy like that that you got to fix in order to get it right. And lastly, the more you drop in and the more you ride your skateboard, the better you're going to get at it. Remember that skateboarding never gets any easier. You just keep getting better at it. Stay confident and stay comfortable and don't give up. You got this. Get out there. Go skate.